Welcome to another edition of Coach's Corner here on WBVP 99.3 FM and also live on Facebook. Today, it is going to be the Hopewell Vikings. It's a Hopewell Vikings Day. We're going to be joined by head coach Matt Modis and 5 of his captains. Sometimes we get 5, sometimes 4. Depends on the school. We let them bring who we want. We get them some pizza. In fact, we always want to thank Pizza Joe's. Good pizza. The biggest rage now in pizza in Beaver County is pickle pizza, and I've not gotten one yet. I'm tempted, and I think I may try one next week. But Pizza Joe's down in Beaver, thank you to them for donating. I'm Mike Azadian. John Parada, my normal co-host, is on assignment today, so he can't be here. Ryan Garazunas behind the mic. He's making some adjustments as we speak, the bearded one, and hard at work as always. He'll be with me. And Ryan, say hello to the folks.
Hey, how you doing, Mike? It's nice to see you, man. How you doing?
No, if you have any good questions for the coach or kids, this week is your week to shine. Because John's not here. But they've got to be good, because otherwise they'll just shut you down.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm just kidding around. So welcome to Coach Modis. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So you can hear him okay, Ryan?
Yes, all is good.
Beautiful. So, Matt, first you're coach of the Vikings, and you've had some ups and downs, but that's anytime you have a new coach in a rebuilding system, you're going to have that. But before we get to anything, talk to us about where you've coached and your background coaching before you got to Hopewell.
Sure. I started off as an assistant with Don Yaness at Ambridge. Took some time off. I got back with Coach Rose at Freedom probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Then last year I spent time at Western Beaver. So now I'm here.
Thought you looked familiar because I've seen all those programs play over the years. So you know how it is sometimes with assistants. You see them around, but a lot of times an assistant's kind of in the background sometime. But that's one question I like to ask head coaches is no program is good without good assistants, because a lot of times people don't realize former head coaches, defensive wizards, offensive coaches, guys a head coach can talk to, and without good assistants, you kind of are in the background. You really can't run a program.
Very true.
Talk to us about your assistants while we're on the subject.
Sure. So I have Coach Rosa. He's helping me as an assistant.
Right.
Longtime head coach at Freedom. Longtime wrestling coach and also football.
Mm-hmm.
I have one of my closest friends growing up, Guy Martini, who's coach at Ambridge, Blackhawk, under Zach Hayward.
Right.
Hopewell previously under Coach Vestal. So he does our offensive, defensive line. His brother Jeremy also helps him. I have a Hopewell legend by the name of Cradell Kimbrough, class of 1991.
Know who that is.
I'm sure you heard that name. He does our strength conditioning and our running backs. I have Zach Rosa, who's young guy, but was a very good football player in high school, and
I remember,
knows the offense. And he does a pretty good job calling the plays for us. And I have a gentleman named Scott Agulia who actually played for University of Nebraska, coaching our receivers, and also a young coach. And it's nice to have some young coaches also. So I have a kid by the name of Riker Welling who graduated from Freedom, played in 2019. So kind of take him under our wing, teaching him the ropes, and hopefully develops him into a good coach someday.
So in Beaver County, we've seen near every single program over the last 30 years have either some low times or some high times. And Hopewell is amongst that. They've got a state championship. They've got a WPL championship. They've got a real good athletic program and a lot of championships with volleyball and other sports over the years. Baseball, everybody knows. But right now, it's like a growing period for football. Talk to us about, you wanting to take the job, knowing you're going to have to do a lot of hard work and might get punched in the gut a few times until you can get this program where you want it to be.
Yeah, obviously it's always a task. It's always a challenge when you have a team that hasn't won very many games. Mm-hmm. Over the past few years, I think they've won, I want to say 4 in the past 3 years.
Something like that?
Something like that, yeah. But I'll tell you what, my players and the kids and the community make it worth it. I mean, they work hard. They're ready to win. They want to win. And, we're going to take our bumps and bruises along the way. But overall, I'm very pleased with our kids. I'm very pleased with our players, the progress they've made. And, hopefully other people are noticing.
The one thing that I've noticed from talking to the New Brighton coaches, talking to the Riverside coaches, their programs in the last 3 or 4 years have really struggled too. And they had younger players that took their bumps for a few years. And they all stuck with it. And Ambridge too. All three of those coaches said that the key for them, one of the keys, was having young players come up from the junior high level. They took their bumps and bruises in 9th and 10th grade, but they stuck with the program. And then they started to realize some depth. And I think that's one thing. I saw your team play against Beaver, and I thought early on you guys were competitive. But then once the game started getting longer, depth started being a problem. The fact that you're playing sophomores and juniors against seniors and veteran guys started to cost you because your depth is younger, and that hurts. Talk to us about that and the message you're trying to get through to the kids that are young to stay with the program.
So actually, we only have 2 seniors that play.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We have 3 on our roster. We have 2 that play. And we have juniors and freshmen. We have, at any time, we can have up to 5 freshmen on the field.
Okay.
As you know, our starting quarterback.
Yes, we're going to get to that. Yep.
Yeah, he broke his ankle at camp, and he's out for the season. So, we have a freshman quarterback, and, James Armstrong's done a fantastic job. I mean, he's a dual threat, and he's only 14 years old. So, if we fall behind, sometimes it's hard to come back. But
right.
Once we jump ahead, we're usually pretty good. Where Ambridge only lost this year.
I know
we beat a very good Riverside team. Coach Magnifico's doing a great job.
He was here last week.
Yeah, he's 3-2. Sherman McBride, who was one of my coaches in high school, doing a fantastic job at Ambridge. They're actually doing us a huge favor. They beat 2 AAA teams from the other conference to help us maybe get in the playoffs someday.
Exactly.
So, like I said, overall it's positive. You have a bunch of 9th graders who are out there competing, mixed with some juniors who are out there competing, and 2 seniors that really provide leadership for me.
What is and we'll talk to those seniors. We got 2 of them here, obviously. What's your message to the younger kids, especially the freshmen who step on to your practice field for the first time, who know that it's a rebuilding process? What are you saying to them to get them to stay with this and keep working hard and get them to realize that this isn't a one-year thing. This is a thing for not only next year and the year after, but for the future of Hopewell football.
So one of the biggest things we talk about, like building a program, right? So first there's a foundation.
Right.
And we have 2 seniors who are our foundation.
Right.
They probably won't be around to see the building be built, but, they're the foundation. And then, we have the framing coming up, which is our juniors. That's the bones. That's the core of our team right now.
Okay.
And then all the decorations are the freshmen, right? So
I like that foundation. Decorations, building blocks, bones. Ryan, that's the first time we've had a coach talk about building a team that way.
Yeah,
I think that's an interesting way to do it.
I like that. And also, he mentioned all the freshmen that he has. That's going to be great moving forward. They're learning from the 2 seniors and the juniors in this team that he's putting together. Those guys are going to be moving forward and be on this team for the next 3-4 years.
So you mentioned James Armstrong. Now, I saw him play. I heard about him before we saw him play. I heard all kind of good things. I was very impressed with him, as everyone else is. But your starting quarterback was going to be Kingston Krotek, plays baseball, also a quarterback. He was going to be your starter. What was James' role going to be? What was he going to play before he had to be the quarterback?
Well, so just to answer your question is when you have 2 terrific athletes, not to say that one would be quarterback over the other, but it opens your offense up.
Yes, it
right?
does.
So you have an athlete like James, who is a tremendous baseball player as well. 6'2", 215 pounds is just unbelievable.
No doubt, can run.
You can run. You can have him at slot. You can have him at running back. You can have Kingston at slot. You can motion and run wildcat. And instead of the general wildcat where here comes a run, well, you have somebody who can throw the ball 65 yards as well. So, we are missing Kingston right now, but James is doing great for us.
Well, anytime you are in this classification and you have to play some of the teams you have to play, I got to find you guys here. Yeah, Avonworth. They've been tough for the last bunch of years. Beaver has really come along. Everybody knows how good Central Valley comes down from 4A. So that's 3 really tough teams. And then you also have North Catholic, who's been known to be pretty good, McGuffey and Quaker Valley. That's in your section. But then again, you mentioned non-section against Ambridge, which is 4A. Excuse me. And then you beat Ambridge. You are competitive. So it's not like the past years. You have shown some signs of improving. What was your first inkling that this team was going to improve from previous years? Like, was it in camp? Was it in the spring? When was it that you thought to yourself, this might be getting better?
So I'll tell you this. Last year, I coached at Western Beaver. I sat in the press box, and I saw when we played them week 3 at Hopewell.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of ability on the field. And I know a lot of people might not believe that, but, Coach Rose and I were sitting in the press box, doing offensive duties for Coach Busby. And we had a conversation about, well, Hopewell could be a lot better. We see a lot of talent, a lot of potential there. And when the job opened up, he's the one that originally applied for it and got it. And then,
Right. And then he had to move on, right?
Obviously, he had to move on, and here I am. But, just playing against him and watching him film last year, I thought it would be a great opportunity. And the kids have not let me down at all.
So a lot of people have always told me, every coach says this, obviously way harder to build a team up, but there's a lot of satisfaction in building a team, whether it takes 1, 2, 3, or 4 years where you're constantly competitive in a playoff team. That is way harder and very much more satisfactory sometimes than when you're expected to win and to stay winning and to be relevant, because that's a little easier because you always have good players. But the satisfaction you get from building a program has to mean something to assistants and yourself.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
Now, we've seen 4 or 5 coaches in Hopewell in the last 10 years. A lot of people say, I'm in this for the long haul, and I'll be here, and this is the kind of place I want to see grow. And then they lose a couple seasons, and then they leave. And I get it. It's not for everybody. Why is it for you and your assistants to make this a family and make this something that's going to grow and be better?
So I have 4 Hopewell graduates on my staff.
Okay.
I grew up in the area. I'm from Aliquippa. I graduated in 2003.
From Aliquippa?
Yep.
You played at Aliquippa?
I did, from 2000 to 2002.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. I played Pee Wee football for Hopewell. Just been around the area. A lot of my friends from high school were all from Hopewell. I played Pee Wee football with Puz Lesney and named like Ryan Evanachka, Matt Fontana. And,
I remember all those guys.
Yep, those were all people that I grew up with. And so I have a sense of pride in the community, even though, like I said, I'm from Aliquippa. I'm an Aliquippa graduate. But I just remember Hopewell when times were good, and they competed for a state championship and WPIL championships. And you have names like when I walked in, your guy said Tony Dorsett. There's Danny Rains, there's Rush Rochelle.
There's a lot of guys.
I mean, and there's guys that are lesser known, like a guy like Steve Day, who was a tremendous running back that I remember watching as a kid. And, he played at Geneva and had a great career there. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that are from the area. And it's overwhelming to get the support from the community, and you run into people that and hey, Coach, good luck Friday. You're doing a great job, or your kids look great.
Okay, that's always good to hear.
Great.
Being that you're doing that, besides in the weight room, besides on the playing field, you mentioned community. What kind of things do you have the kids doing? Are they going to Pee Wee football games? Are you bringing back some of those former athletes to talk to the kids? There's so many things that could be done to get the kids to understand the pride and everything that's going on.
So one of the things that we promote here is, we work with the band, we work with the cheerleaders, just trying to build a program togetherness. It's been great. The way we do our introductions now with the band and the cheerleaders are a big part of it. We hosted a football camp for the Pee Wee football players, which most of my players participated in. We coached. We, just were kind of there for the Pee Wee team and did some instruction and some support. After our practice or before our practices, we're at the girls' soccer game, the boys' soccer game, and likewise they're at ours cheering for us too. So. We haven't really gone back to, calling anybody like a Paul Puz Lesney up. We did do an event with Danny Rains at Tree Haven Pool, which was nice. It was during the Olympics. It was Pool Olympics. So
you have some former Olympians at Hopewell too, by the way. People may forget that, but there is. Okay. So before we get to our next question, we're going to have to take a break.
Let me ask you real quick.
Sure.
Is Kingston Krotek, is he a senior or is he going to be
a freshman?
He's a freshman?
No, he's a senior.
He's a junior.
He's a junior.
Okay, so he will be available next year for you guys.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break here with the Hopewell Vikings, only on Beaver County Radio. We'll be right back.
Perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
What's up, folks? This is Maurice Trent, and I'm a Blackhawk Cougar. Well, it's true that when it's game time, we might be on different sides. It's the other team that we were all a part of that will make a real difference once the season's over.
If you're an employer, what do you look for in a prospective new hire? A proven track record is usually the number one trait. For 46 years now, the Beaver County Career and Technology Center has been creating the workforce that has shaped Western Pennsylvania industry and service sector enterprises. It's the program with proven experience that employers know they can count on when they need to fill their workforce. Enroll your child or grandchild at the known quantity among educators and business leaders alike for 4 decades. The Beaver County Career and Technology Center. Signing up through your local public school is easy and can give your student the ability, in many cases, to make more money in certain fields than college graduates. Free career training at Beaver County Career and Technology Center is the perfect choice. Visit bcctc.org.
This is Andy Toole, men's basketball coach at Robert Morris University, here to talk about my friends at Falcone Moon Township Ford. I know what it takes to win a basketball game. It begins with practice and a team of players who want to win. The same is true of the team at Moon Township Ford. Professionals who will win you over. They'll find the best rate and terms on a car loan to help you get the best deal. Make a fast break and avoid the roadblocks that stop you from finding the car you want. Go where I go. Moon Township Ford.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Looking for a fall activity for your children? Pass and score your way into the Beaver County YMCA's Youth Soccer League. The league will teach the basic fundamentals of soccer. There will be 1 practice a week teaching drills and skills. This soccer league is for kids ages 5 through 12 and runs from September 10th to October 19th. Registration is already open. To register, go to beavercountyymca.org.
You know, I've heard people refer to older veteran athletes as being all washed up. Well, quite frankly, that's a rather nice compliment if you ask me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. When you hear something like that, you have to consider the source of the water, that is. After all, getting washed up with Beaver Falls Municipal Authority water can't be a bad thing. That's because for over 80 years, we've made it possible for everyone to feel washed up, even if they are not star athletes. Click bfwater.net.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls.
If your group or organization wants to look like a winner, upgrade your public message, signs, banners, vehicle wraps, and lettering, and other branding platforms with a makeover from Signs Made Fast. Wherever there are people, you need a sign, and it needs to look good. An old, faded, outdated logo or weathered sign on the front of your business damages your good reputation. Turn it around today. Create the perception of a winner. Visit signsmadefast.us or call 724-774-8267.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Carver Construction, the St. Barnabas Health System, Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Falcone's Moon Township Board, the YMCA, Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, Fried Transportation Group, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fat Boy Cigars, Geneva College, and Beaver County Radio.
On Coach's Corner, thanks for sticking with us, listening to the messages from our advertisers. One of them, Pizza Joe's. Pickle pizza, dipping sticks, hot subs, wedges, salads, anything you want. Chicken wings, they got it all down in Beaver. Thanks for their patronage. Thanks for sending the pizzas for the kids. This week it's Hopewell. Not sure next week who it's going to be, but we will have another team, of course, every week leading up and through the WPIL playoffs. This week, the Hopewell Vikings. We're in our second segment now with Coach Matt Modis. And, Coach, we talked off air a little bit, and we'll talk on air. You know, everybody that goes to games sees momentum swings. And momentum in football, probably more so in basketball and baseball, because baseball is like a one-on-one. If the pitcher's throwing gas, there's not much you can do. But in football, it seems like teams are competitive. I saw this against Beaver with you guys. You score on them. They score on you. You score on them. They return a punt. You still move the ball. It looks like it's going to be competitive. And then on fourth down, you guys don't make it. And then all the air seems to go out of your stands, your players. My question for you is, how do you as a coach and coaching staff get the kids, I know they're young, get them to understand that mistakes are made, things are going to happen in football games, you're not going to make every fourth down, you're going to turn the ball over. How do you get them to understand to overcome those things? Because that seems to be the toughest thing in rebuilding.
So one of the things is experience. You know, I don't know if they have any war stories where they were losing a game. Well, actually, I do against Ambridge. You know,
right.
We were losing a game late. We forced a safety with a minute left,
right,
and we ended up winning the game in overtime. So, you know, once kids get experience, they make mistakes, and they get down, and they're able to recover from their mistakes and win, then they know it's possible. One of the biggest things is just experience, and you know, they need to understand they're kids, right? Kids are supposed to make mistakes. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect, and you know, they do it in the pros. People miss tackles, they drop balls,
happens all the time.
Happens all the time. So one of the biggest things is just the kids getting a little mentally tough, understanding that they're kids, they're supposed to make mistakes, and just bounce back and believe in themselves.
When you took over, anything new that you're doing, any new twists, anything new, other, you know, obviously lift weights, practice, work ethic, all those things, but anything new that you're doing that the kids have not experienced before?
I know one of the things was our in-gym conditioning.
Okay.
We had off-season conditioning, which was 2 hours of running. I think it was for like six and a half weeks before camp started.
Okay, good.
You know, I'm not exactly sure what they did before we got there, but you know,
one of the things you required.
Yeah, one of the things required was, you know, we had a lot of off-season participation. You know, we lifted 3 days a week, and like I said, then we had the conditioning, so that's pretty new.
Let's talk about some of the talented guys. Everybody knows about James Armstrong, the freshman. If the people that don't know about him, you know, you talked about his height, you talked about his speed. I've seen his speed. He could probably play numerous positions. I mean, you know, he's big enough to play the line, tight end, running back probably, of course. But you got him in the Wildcat, which is a smart position for him. And I've seen him run straight ahead when he gets good blocking. I've seen him run to the right, run to the left. So he's a naturally talented athlete. Talk to us about him just a little bit, about when you first met him and being a freshman. If you wouldn't know he's a freshman, you wouldn't think he was by the way he plays.
No, you wouldn't, by his size and his stature and just his attitude. You know, James is a competitor. He wants to win, and you know, even though he's young and he's going to make mistakes and he misses some receivers sometimes.
It happens.
And it happens. You know, he's just a competitor. He just wants to win, the type of kid he is. And, he's leaning on Kingston Crotech. Kingston's been doing a great job helping him, mentoring him. When we voted for captains, Kingston was voted a captain, and the very first person, because we did numerical order, that voted for Kingston was James Armstrong. So you have a young kid who, was competing for a spot, right, with a junior quarterback who was an incumbent starter. And when Kingston got hurt, Kingston, being the leader he is, just took James under his wings, been helping him out, and almost been like an assistant coach. And you have somebody like James that says to himself, well, this kid, he's been down this road. He started as a freshman. He took his lumps, and he's here to help me. So, when you have an attitude like that as a ninth grader, and you have the competitiveness that he has as a ninth grader, there's just going to be nothing but great things to come.
Have you seen the attitude like that, and with, you mentioned Kingston, those two, and a lot of people look to the quarterback, and if your quarterback's not a true leader, that's tough sometimes. But when those guys are selfless like that, do you see them being the infectiousness of them rubbing off on the other kids?
Absolutely. My kids work hard. I would say we outwork most other teams.
Okay.
The attitude's great. They don't hang heads. They don't point fingers. We don't fight on the sidelines. Anything that's been there in the past is done. It's nothing but positive reinforcement, and we play to the end of the game.
A couple years ago, I won't mention the coach. You already mentioned his name once, but he told me when his first year coaching a new team, he said, listen, I know we're going to take our lumps, but I'm telling you, in 3 years, we're going to be competitive. And it's true, they are. In your estimation, if the kids keep working hard and the talent stays and the new talent comes up, you're competitive now, but how long is it before you think your team's going to be a team other people look at and say, uh-oh, we're going to play Hopewell. We better really put our boots on today, and not look at you guys as, oh, we're playing Hopewell. You know what I mean by that? Nothing against your team, but when teams aren't winning, people kind of look at it as a cakewalk. But when's it going to be, if not this year, how many before people know they're going to be in for a real fight with Hopewell and know that they have to beat Hopewell if they want to go anywhere?
I'll give you this answer. It's going to be sooner than later.
Okay. All right. I like that. You mentioned the community. I've been to numerous baseball games, basketball games, football games, soccer game, you name it, with Hopewell. And they usually draw well. They bring people to the game. Talk to us about the community, how they accepted you. You mentioned it a few times. You alluded to it. But talk to us about the support. And more than just, hey, coach, great job, but what kind of things did they do when they brought you on? Because it was a new athletic director that did all this. Previous administration, athletic director Donnie Short gone. So now you have a new AD, maybe things being done differently. Talk to us about the community support.
So first of all, I want to say this, Joe Lamens has been great.
Yes.
He's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I go to him for advice sometimes, being a new head coach. He's an experienced head coach. And I've been lucky to have Dr. Belts, who also, longtime coach of Beavers, a superintendent.
Oh, yeah, everybody knows him. Famous athlete, Freedom, and then went to Coach Beaver. Yep.
So he's like
almost like a coach in the boardroom. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's like my psychiatrist. Most
there you
of the
go.
time I talk to him. I have Coach Rosa, and just like the boosters, the quarterback club. I started back up, had a golf outing this year. The quarterback club's been dormant for the last 5 to 7 years, something like that, and it's been great. And everybody's been stepping up. Just different businesses and community. You'll see when the kids come in, they have travel suits on, purchased by donations.
Okay.
And just, and again, I don't know if you've been to any of our home games or not, but just like the atmosphere of the crowds there, it's just, we have a few thousand people at the games now.
That's good.
And, we probably had about 600 in our rain delay against Ambridge. We had about, I'd say 600 to 800 people standing there in the rain, and it's pouring down rain. And one of the greatest feelings as a coach is you win an overtime game against, somebody that coached you in high school, which Coach McBride did. He was a position coach at Eloquippa when I was there. And, you look up in the stands, it's pouring down rain, you're talking to all your players, and all the fans are still sitting there clapping for you, and the student section still cheering, and it's just a great feeling to know that you have that kind of support at 11:30 at night in pouring down rain.
I remember that night. You guys got to finish. I can't remember which game I was at, whether it was Beaver Falls or Eloquippa, but the Mother Nature, Mother Nature's one of 3 people undefeated. Mother Nature, Father Time. Who's the third one?
Taxman.
The tax, something that's government, but Mother Nature's undefeated. When you're sitting there and it's lightning, and we still don't understand how some places close still got their games in, but others didn't. So I guess it was a matter of where you were at during the time. And that's tough because if you get your game canceled, rain you can play through, but if you get your game canceled, then it's almost a letdown because you don't get a chance to compete against other people.
Well, Coach McBride and I spoke, and we're very close. I've been having weekly conversations with Coach McBride since I've been in high school, and he was like a mentor to me growing up, and just a great human being, great coach. We decided no matter what we were playing.
Okay.
So if it was going to be at 12 o'clock Saturday afternoon,
okay, good.
Saturday at noon or that night, and we agreed to wait till 9 o'clock. So I think that's where we did it right was, we were going to stay in the locker rooms till 9 o'clock, kind of see what happened. It cleared up. We got in the field about 5 minutes to 9, and we were able to play the entire game, which was
right. But then other places canceled, like where I was, and then after 9, it really started coming down. So you played in the rain, which was a challenge. The last question I have for you, and then we're going to get to your kids, because we love talking to coaches, and we call it Coach's Corner. But a few years ago, and God bless Mr. Berkman above, he always would bring a kid or two, but we decided to start really featuring the kids, which a lot of people and their parents and everybody, they love hearing from the coach, but they like hearing from the kids too. Yeah. And we want to make it about the program. This year and next year, obviously, like as I said, Avonworth, Beaver, Central Valley, Hopewell, McGuffey, North Catholic, Quaker Valley. Kind of a little bit of a mishmash. I mean, QV, North Catholic and McGuffey kind of out of place there, but you got some traditional team, and Avonworth maybe a little bit too, but you still got pretty good teams. And next year should be competitive again. It's, in my opinion, the other 3A classifications, right now, there's 3 of the best 4 in 3A. So you're battling the top 3 of the 4 teams in 3A. So no matter what, in order to make a playoff game, you're going to have to beat a really good team. It's a tough section.
It is. And, in preseason, I think Central Valley was 1, Avonworth was 3, Beaver 4, North Catholic 5.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was like Greensburg-Salem was in there, and they just lost this past week to Ambridge. So in my mind, I think there's no question this section is easy, way better than any other section in the 3A.
Yeah.
So my final question was going to be, again, when I talk to coaches, say you're 5-2 coming out of a power section, would you rather be that, or would you rather be 7-0 and leading a weaker section headed into the playoffs?
Just being who I am and how I grew up, I want to play the best, because to be the best, you have to beat the best. And I want to play against Central Valley and coach against a coach like Mark Lyons, who's great, or Court Rouse, who's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Coach John Core is a class act at Avonworth, and that's who I want to play. I mean, we want to schedule the best teams possible. We scheduled Newcastle, went up there, played them in a tight for 3.5 quarters.
And they're a lot better than they were.
Absolutely. Coach Mazzocco is unbelievable.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens against Aliquippa this week with them.
It'll be a good game. Yep.
So, okay, Coach. Coach Modest from Hopewell. Met him a few weeks ago. Got good vibes from him, and talked to John Rose, I've known for years. Got him on the show finally, and we're glad that he's with us. We're going to take another break. We're going to bring some of the young men in here. Talk to them. Talk Hopewell football right here on Beaver County Radio.
Thank you.
Being a part of a credit union is like being part of a team where everyone plays and, more importantly, everyone wins. This is Cindy Hiladio for Friendly Federal Credit Union. If you need a loan, it's game time. Visit Friendly Federal Credit Union in Baden or Aliquippa. Follow us on Facebook or Twitter, or click friendlyfcu.org. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
Make your dream of a college degree a reality at Community College of Beaver County. CCBC offers 10 pathways to success, including health sciences, criminal justice, industrial technology, business, and more. Start at CCBC and finish your career or get transfer ready, all at a realistic cost. Enroll today, ccbc.edu.
Getting into the lineup and making the team is easy at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Training camp is starting, and you are invited. This is Coach Andy Dangle, and I'm looking for new teammates. Membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union today. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Want the ultimate cigar experience? Fat Boy Cigars Premium Tobacco Shop and Smoking Lounge is located off of 376 in Center Township. Fat Boys Cigars offers all your cigar needs with an assortment of some of the finest cigars, including small batch boutique cigars and over 21 aromatic pipe tobacco blends and accessories. Stop and see their luxurious lounge accommodations. Book them for your next event. Visit their social media page for a list of event dates and times. Welcome to the Fat Boys world, Beaver County.
At Geneva College, your academic experience will prepare you with exceptional expertise in your chosen field. But what you'll learn is so much more than just that. Integrating faith and learning, you'll grow to see God's purpose and calling in your life's work. You'll be challenged to imagine how the world around you could be different and what your part might be in making that difference. You were made to live courageously. Visit geneva.edu today.
Can you afford to put off repairs or replacement of your roof? This is Diane Ireland of Ireland Contracting. With interest rates going up, take advantage of our 12-month same as cash or financing up to 10 years. Add that skylight, change the siding, or update the windows. My husband Gary and I are so confident of our expert craftsmanship that we put the family name on our business. Call 1-800-NEW-ROOF or visit IrelandContracting.com. Ireland Contracting, we got you covered.
The 77th season of high school football Friday Night Lights coverage continues this Friday with Robert Mangino and Mike Azadian as they head to the home of the Riverside Panthers for a huge matchup for first place in the MAC with the Western Beaver Golden Beavers. Tank Latham will have the eXp Realty sideline reports throughout the game. The audio and video coverage gets underway with a 6:30 p.m. pregame and kickoff set for just after 7. You can watch the game on Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel. You can listen to the games on WBVP 99.3 FM and BeaverCountyRadio.com. High school football coverage on Beaver County Radio is brought to you in part by Tri-County McDonald's, I'm loving it, Falcone's Moon Township Ford, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, Al's Pizza in New Brighton, Tri-State Sporting Arms, Drug Free Aliquippa, and Beaver County Radio.
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Carver Construction, the St. Barnabas Health System, Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Falcone's Moon Township Board, the YMCA, Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, Fried Transportation Group, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fat Boy Cigars, Geneva College, and Beaver County Radio.
Back on Coach's Corner here from the studios on Dutch Ridge Road. A couple years now, Mr. Garazunas. Ryan, the producer.
Yes, sir.
Nobody can see him on the camera. You should probably turn the camera to you. Everybody should see what this man looks like. He was the Rookie of the Year last year in the closest voting we've ever had here. And you won it out, and now you've got a long beard and you look like Father Time.
That's right.
Even the kids laugh. We're here with the Hopewell young men. We're going to talk to, first to my left, it's Hank Berner, a senior. He plays right tackle, he plays defensive tackle. And to his left, it's going to be Thomas Pipkins, both seniors, two of the three seniors, guys that stuck around to help be the foundation, as Coach says. Thomas is a running back, linebacker. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
So, first question is, what did you say when Coach said, hey, you guys are going with me, we're going to be on a radio show, and you're going to get some free pizza?
Well, I didn't know about the free pizza, but I was...
Come on, you know you like a pizza. I know you do. All linemen like pizza.
That is true.
Okay.
But I did feel honored that he chose, like out of the five of us, that he chose us to actually come on here and speak about the team. I felt very honored.
Thomas, how about you?
I knew like about the radio, but he just was like, all right, today we're going to be on the radio. I was like, all right, I'm down. Let's go.
There you go. Good. So you guys are two of the five captains, and the other three we'll get to later. When you got voted as a captain, Thomas, I'll ask you first. I mean, obviously some pride. Did you kind of think you had a shot at it? Even because there's three guys who are juniors. I mean, there's no guarantee that the senior's going to get named the captain. But how did you feel when you got named to be captain?
I felt honored, and then I just honestly felt like I need to take that next step up and really be a leader on the team.
Speaking of that, what kind of things do you do? Are you more of a raw leader? Are you a guy that's going to, grab a face mask and tell a kid to quit fooling around and listen to coach? Are you going to take a kid to the side? I mean, or do you just lead by example? How do you judge your leadership skills?
Most of the time I try to lead by example, but sometimes if things are getting out of hand a little bit, then I'll try to say something and speak up. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you got that smile. You look like more of a fun guy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Hank, and Hank looks like if I say the wrong thing, he's going to jump across the table on me. So I'm a little worried about him a little bit. Hank, let's ask you the same question. I'm just kidding, by the way. Talk to us about your leadership. Is it the same thing by example, or do you ever, really have to do other things besides lead by example?
I'd say I have a little bit of everything. I lead by example, and then I also, whenever the team's down, I kind of try to bring up the morale, because everyone says, oh, we're down. Doesn't matter if we're down. You can always come back. And that kind of bothers me that people put themselves down, and you can easily pick them back up. And, I try to do that every single game and every single drive.
So, you guys are rebuilding, as we said, building again. Being a senior, you've seen some tough losses. You've seen a lot of your teammates come and go, but you've stuck it out. What do you say to the kids on the sideline when things get tough? Because as I said to Coach, you guys were right there with Beaver early on, and then one bad play, and then all of a sudden, everything kind of piled up. What are you saying to kids on the sideline and in practice and after tough losses? What are you saying to the other kids?
I kind of say that you shouldn't dwell on the past. It happened. You can't change anything about it. You just got to look forward to the next day and next practice to get better. And as long as we work together as a team, I don't see how we couldn't beat every other opponent we have in the future. And along with that, even though they're not starting, like the people on the sidelines, it doesn't mean that they can't put in the work to show that they can start. And I believe that we actually do have some hidden talent on the sidelines. It's just, it's so hard with them to
work
get in.
Work ethic.
Yeah. But even then, it's still their first year. Varsity is just a different aspect. You're going to see some guys who are 6'8", 380 pounds, and they're just going to absolutely push you around. And it's tough to get out there.
And you got to get used to it. Thomas, there's been some good things that have happened. We've seen James Armstrong ascend, and everybody's talking about him as being, one of the next top talents coming out of Beaver County. And we've seen some bad things that happen. Kingston Krotek gets hurt. So in football, it's bad and good. And the earlier you learn that, football's like life. Right. If you don't start getting used to the good and bad in life, where are you going to be? So being that said, what are some of the things you say to kids, say not only in your running back group or defensive back group or linebacker group, but what do you say to any kid on your team?
I just try to always be positive and pick them up. Every time they do something good, I'll be like, good job, good ball. Whenever James throws a good ball, I try to be like, good job. Brody gets a good run, I'm like, good run. But, really, I try to stay positive with everyone. And sometimes, obviously, if they mess up, I'll say something about it. But
now, all seriousness aside, there was someone, and I won't mention who, but he's been on this radio show with me before, told me to order extra pizza because Coach Modest was coming. Now, is he a man that that likes to eat?
I'd say he likes some food, yeah.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm obviously the same. Guys, let's talk about yourselves now. You're seniors, and the season is about halfway over, and you've got, about 2/3 of the year left. What are you thinking about for your future after school? Is it trade school? Is it work? Is it college? What do you have in your mind after your senior season to do? Start with you, Thomas.
I want to attend a 4-year university for sports medicine, most likely.
Sports medicine?
Yep.
And work with other athletes in the future?
Yep.
Do you have anywhere picked out yet? Are you looking at any schools?
Not yet. I'm going to wait till after the football season and see if anything catches my eye, but for the most part, I don't know yet.
Just worry about it after that. Okay. Yep. Hank, same question.
I plan to go to RMU.
Oh, that's where I went.
Yeah. I plan to go for accounting and do the 5-in-1 program, which allows you to get your master's degree within 5 years, which does save a year off.
Okay.
It'll be a bigger workload, but
yeah,
it saves so much money.
So will you be done with football, or are you going to try to walk on?
That I don't know, actually. Okay. Coach Modest has been putting in a lot of time and effort to put me out to other colleges.
Right.
And he believes in me that I could be an actual athlete out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a balance of, do I am I able to balance between a workload of football and a workload of academics? And
Yeah, you got to really, really, really want it on both sides and dedicate your life for that 4 or 5 years. And that's something that you got to decide, because when it is in college, it's more work because it's more full-time in both.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Do you guys want to say hi to anybody? Is there anybody out there you want to say hello to? Shout-outs to parents, friends, girlfriends, aunts, uncles, grandparents. Who do you want to say hi to?
Maybe just 2 people, but my mom especially. She's been there ever since I was little.
Look in and say hi. Cameras are on you.
Hi, Mom.
Okay.
She goes to every game,
Beautiful.
not every practice, but she supports me through everything. I tell her about my days and everything, and I love her. And I'd like to shout out the O-line.
Beautiful.
I love them.
Your teammates.
Yeah, I love them. I couldn't do the game without them.
Beautiful. Thomas, same thing. Who do you want to say hi to?
Shout out to my parents, of course. And then I know Kingston and George. I know you guys are watching this right now. Shout out to the team, though. Shout out to all my teammates.
So Kingston and George, maybe next year? Because I like to have Hopewell on every year. We didn't have on last year. In fact, me and John, the guy that's not here, we talk about it all the time. We feel in 3 years, one of our best broadcasts was in our first year, 2 years ago. We had the Hopewell coach and the players on, and we had the best show. We always felt the Hopewell kids were there. It was just a matter of getting them to come out for just for the show and just to come out for the games. Guys, let me start asking you guys some real quick hitters, we call them. First thing is, if you be a pro athlete, if you could be a pro athlete in any other sport besides football, what would it be and who would you be?
Basketball.
But who?
Like an athlete?
Yeah, just name his name.
I'll go LeBron James.
Everybody says LeBron. Why do I even bother asking it anymore? Okay, how about you, Hank?
So I'm going to stick to the heavier side. I'd like to be Jason Kelsey from the Eagles.
Oh, I like it. The Eagles, not the... Okay, there you go. Okay, so we'll stick with you. All Nike or Adidas?
I'm good, Nike.
He's got Nike on. He's got shoes. Tennis or golf?
I'm more of a tennis guy.
More of a tennis guy. If you were laying around, would you be on a lounge chair or would you be on a couch?
I'd be on a couch.
Okay, so Thomas, hamburgers or hot dogs? What do you like to eat better?
Hamburgers.
You're a hamburger guy. What do you put on them?
Just ketchup and cheese.
Oh, man,
I'm a simple guy.
We're going to have to eat together. There's no doubt. Pickles or onions?
Pickles. I can't stand onions.
Oh, see, now you can't eat with me now. Would you like hanging around in the night or daytime? Are you a night guy or day guy?
I like the night. Darkness,
night a little bit better?
The temperature's a little better. It's real hot in the daytime.
It's tough in the day. Yeah. If you had to eat, cake or pie?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to have to go with pie.
Ooh.
I'll go pie.
Apple or an orange?
Apple. I eat Honeycrisp apple almost every day.
All right, back to you. We're going to have you have the last say here, Hank. Potato salad or macaroni salad?
Potato salad by far.
You text or like to make phone calls?
I'm more of a phone call person. I can
more
really
of
talk
a phone
a lot.
call person. What's your favorite pro team, non-Pittsburgh?
Ooh, I'll go Detroit Lions.
Ooh, Detroit Lions. I like it. Okay, guys. Hank Berner, Thomas Pipkins, 2 seniors. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have 3 of your teammates come on next here on Coach's Corner.
Let's face it, work is a large part of your life. Why not choose a job that allows the opportunity of a fulfilling career working with people who appreciate you? St. Barnabas Health System is looking for extraordinary, service-minded people to join our team. Earn and learn with career opportunities on our clinical, housekeeping, and food service teams. For more information and to apply, visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-444-JOBS. Jobs that are apart from the ordinary. Find them at St. Barnabas Health System.
This is Mitch Carver from Carver Construction. Playing a great football game takes teamwork, great leaders, and great individuals. As a former high school football coach myself, I know what it takes to win. I apply these same qualities to Carver Construction in New Brighton. Satisfying customers isn't anything new at Carver. We've been doing it since 1982 for both residential and commercial renovations. I'm behind every job we do, so I can guarantee you that every time you deal with us, you win. Call us or visit us at our website at carverconstructionpa.com.
This is Andy Toole, men's basketball coach at Robert Morris University, here to talk about my friends at Falcone Moon Township Ford. I know what it takes to win a basketball game. It begins with practice and a team of players who want to win. The same is true of the team at Moon Township Ford. Professionals who will win you over. They'll find the best rate and terms on a car loan to help you get the best deal. Make a fast break and avoid the roadblocks that stop you from finding the car you want. Go where I go. Moon Township Ford.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
Looking for a fall activity for your children? Pass and score your way into the Beaver County YMCA's Youth Soccer League. The league will teach the basic fundamentals of soccer. There will be one practice a week teaching drills and skills. This soccer league is for kids ages 5 through 12 and runs from September 10th to October 19th. Registration is already open. To register, go to beavercountyymca.org.
You know, I've heard people refer to older veteran athletes as being all washed up. Well, quite frankly, that's a rather nice compliment if you ask me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. When you hear something like that, you have to consider the source of the water, that is. After all, getting washed up with Beaver Falls Municipal Authority water can't be a bad thing. That's because for over 80 years, we've made it possible for everyone to feel washed up, even if they are not star athletes. Click bfwater.net.
Looking for home services? Call Patriot Home Care in Beaver Falls. Their staff provides company, conversation, and companionship to all patients, ensuring medications are taken on time, participating in fun community activities, personal care, meal prep, and light household work are all services provided by Patriot Home Care, all thanks to the hardworking and selfless team members. Call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or stop in Patriot Home Care, 1225 7th Avenue, Beaver Falls.
If your group or organization wants to look like a winner, upgrade your public message, signs, banners, vehicle wraps, and lettering, and other branding platforms with a makeover from Signs Made Fast. Wherever there are people, you need a sign, and it needs to look good. An old, faded, outdated logo or weathered sign on the front of your business damages your good reputation. Turn it around today. Create the perception of a winner. Visit signsmadefast.us or call 724-774-8267.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Carver Construction, the St. Barnabas Health System, Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Falcone's Moon Township Board, the YMCA, Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, Fried Transportation Group, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fat Boy Cigars, Geneva College, and Beaver County Radio.
Back here for Hopewell Vikings Day on Coach's Corner. Thanks to Cousins listening. Thanks to the members of Booch Ball fantasy football that I'm in. You know, they wanted a shout out. Okay, guys, there it is. Thanks to everybody that's listening around the county and especially in Hopewell. And we'll get to the people that are listening for these young men left to right. Well, I got to get this right. Julian Baldwin to my left. Raise your hand. Say hi to everybody.
So we go.
There you go. And Logan Trishulio, and with the hat on. Logan with the hat on. The Hopewell Proud with the hat. And then, of course, Xander Muzzy. Name right on his sweatshirt. Of course, I had to ask who he was because I wasn't paying attention. But, guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having
me. Are
me.
you the quiet ones?
Nah.
Let's hope not, because we're going to ask some questions. So, you guys got voted captains. You're juniors. There's only like 3 seniors on the team. So, in effect, a lot of juniors, especially yourselves, are guys that not only have played for a year or two, but you guys are responsible for helping the seniors keep the sophomores and the freshmen from running amok and helping the coaches. So let's go first, Julian. Talk to us about your responsibility when you got named to be a captain, how proud you were that your fellow teammates made you captain.
Yeah, it was an honor. I was a captain last year. So
were you?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I knew the role, the responsibilities and everything, what it took. And since we're a junior heavy class and senior light, we knew the juniors had to step up. And since we all played as freshmen, we knew our role was bigger and we had to be leaders.
Julian, you also run track, I'm told.
Yes, sir.
So, if you had to give one up, could you do it, or you just love them both so much you got to do one?
I definitely could give track up.
Okay, so football's your number one.
Yes, sir.
You love it. Okay, so Logan, same thing. You're named a captain. This is your first year as a captain.
Yeah.
How'd you feel when your teammates named you a captain?
It was an honor. I mean, I wasn't really expecting it, being that I wasn't a captain last year. But I just try to lead by example and be the best that I can be.
You also play baseball, and Hopewell's kind of in the last 5 to 10 years, well, for a lot of years, known as a baseball school. You guys have won championships. You have had a lot of great baseball players come out of there. Now you're walking through the hallways, and a little bit more pride in football as the football team beat Ambridge, a lot more competitive, and you're on the way up. How do you feel now about people looking at you saying, "Oh, there goes Logan," and the younger kids? How do you feel about being one of those guys?
It feels great. I mean, walking around last year, people just looked at us like we were a joke. But now that we're starting to win games and show that we can be a good football team, it gives me a lot more pride walking around.
Xander, is this your first year as a captain?
Yes, sir.
Okay, same thing. You had to feel pretty good being named a captain. How important is that to you?
I think it's really important. Just keeping the team in line and just having fun.
How do you feel when you or your teammates, either you're at another game, be it soccer like your coach says, or you're somewhere and like a young kid that's maybe in grade school notices that you're on the high school team? This happens to all high school players and comes up to you and wants to talk to you. It has to make you feel important, and you want to lead by example for the young kids, right?
Yeah.
So do you like that?
Yeah, it's really nice to have like people supporting you and just like coming up to you talking to about football and stuff.
Xander, you're a wide receiver linebacker. I got to ask you. I think I know the answer. I'm going to ask all three of you the same question. So you two get to think about it. So, Xander, would you rather catch a pass and win the game, or as a linebacker stop somebody from getting across that goal line to win the game?
I would say stop someone from getting
I kind of knew it. You seem a little more serious, more of a defensive guy. You play both sides of the ball, but do you prefer defense over offense?
I prefer defense over offense.
There you go. Stopping somebody's a little bit better. So, Julian, same thing. You're wide receiver safety. Same question. Would you rather stop somebody or make that? Wait a minute. I'm looking. Yeah, Julian. Julian's over here. Sorry. Julian, we'll get to you next, Logan. I'm all mismatched on my notes. You guys don't know what it's like to be in this brain. Julian, same thing.
Definitely stop somebody on defense.
Okay. More of a defensive guy, too?
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. Logan, I got you right this time. How about you?
I'd rather catch a pass.
Okay. Hey, man, being honest. So you're a taller guy, being a wide receiver. Now that you have two good quarterbacks, one's hurt. You got a guy getting you the ball, and that's something that you have to have a quarterback to get you the ball. You know it's there. It's a matter of being accurate. Being tall, it's a matter of out jumping defensive back sometime in your case, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell us about that. Tell us about what it's like being a receiver, going up against some of the tough teams and going against some of the tough competition you have to go up against.
I mean, there's definitely some top-tier defenders out there. As a receiver, you just got to find the open spot and then just make some plays. So.
Xander, what's the toughest thing you have to go through in a game? Is it going up against a tough defensive back, or is it getting blocked by another running back, or getting blocked away and trying to make a tackle? What's the toughest thing you have to deal with in every game?
I would say the toughest thing is probably just taking on the pulling guard.
Okay.
Just coming your way.
And he's bigger than you sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
And you know you're going to get hit, but what do? You prepare for it and just count on your weightlifting and everything else?
Just take it on, make him go back inside.
There you go. Julian, wide receiver safety, you said you like to stop things. Does anybody ever get, I mean, you're not the biggest guy on the team. We're not making funny. We're just saying, did anybody come across the line and look at you and say, they look at you and maybe discount you, but don't understand how tough you really are?
Yes, sir, all the time.
And what do you do?
Make the tackle, make the play.
Make the tackle, make the play?
Yes, sir.
And a lot of satisfaction when you get up after making a tackle and somebody discounts you.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Let's talk about what you guys like to do away from sports, away from playing football. Do you have any hobbies or do anything? Don't say weightlifting and getting and reading scouting reports. Don't give me that. Another guy told me that. What do you like to do when you relax on a Saturday or when you're away from football? What's your favorite thing to do?
Play 2K.
To play 2K?
Yes, sir.
All right, good for you. Anything else you like to do? Like if you're going out with your buddies, what do you like to do?
Nah, yeah, I definitely like to hang out with my friends. Just chill out at the house. Watch football.
Watch football a little bit.
Sir.
Nothing wrong with that. Logan, how about you?
Yeah, I'm usually just chilling out with my friends and playing 2K with Julian.
Okay, so you guys hang out and all do the same thing. Xander, anything different than that?
Sleep.
So I like that. First sleep this year, Ryan. We had a sleep last year.
That, yes.
I like to sleep. The sleep is always a good one. Xander, who do you want to say hi to?
I want to say hi to my parents, my girlfriend.
What's her name?
Rayla.
You got to say, if you don't say her name, then nobody knows. Okay, I know people will make fun of you tomorrow in school either way, but you got to say hi to her.
Yep.
Okay, anybody else?
No, just my team.
Your team? You want to say hi to the team? Okay, good. Good, Logan. What do you got?
Just my family and my girlfriend and all my teammates.
And you didn't say her name either. Man, what? You guys? What?
Lauren.
Man, you guys are killing me. And your teammates. Okay, now, Julian, how about you?
Definitely my parents, especially my mom.
Okay.
And my girlfriend, Angelina.
There you go. The only guy amongst the five that said his position was Hank, who said the offensive line. You the only one that said that. Oh, my goodness. Okay, if you guys could be a pro athlete in any other sport besides football, and don't say LeBron because he's already been said, because everybody every week says LeBron. Xander, what sport and what athlete would you be?
I'm going to say soccer.
And who would it be?
Messi.
There you go. Okay, good answer. Logan, how about you?
I'd do baseball and I'd do Shohei Ohtani.
Ooh, I love that
great
answer. I don't care what anybody says. There are people say he's overrated. They're nuts. There's no one seen. I used to think Bo Jackson was the best athlete. Now I think Shohei might be. Okay, now, Julian, it's on you. What do you think?
I'd probably say Noah Lyles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Noah Lyles. Why is it forgetting where he played?
Olympic track.
Oh, that's it. That's right. Olympic track guy. Yeah, he had COVID and they couldn't run that. He ran it, but that's good. All right, guys, good stuff. Last thing, because I ask every kid this. You're juniors, you got another year and a half to go. You still got some time, and maybe you guys get to be on the show next year and answer it again. But if it was right now, what would you do after high school? Would you go to college, work, go to trade school, leave the state? What would you do? What's in your head right now as a junior? What are you thinking about doing?
Yeah, I definitely think about going to four-year college and getting my business or sports medicine.
There you
Not
go.
sure yet.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, what do you got for us, Logan?
Probably gonna want to go to college, play football, but I'm not sure where or what I want.
Football over baseball?
Yeah.
Okay, not sure yet where. Okay, what would you want to study?
I don't even know yet.
Not sure yet?
Nope.
It's okay, you got a lot of time, no pressure. It's all on you now, Xander. Not Xander. Xander.
Yep.
What do you got for me?
Probably go and play football. Maybe do a little bit of physical science and stuff like that. Get into
In 10 years, what do you want to? What would your perfect job be? If it wasn't football.
Probably a pharmaceutical rep.
Okay. May as well ask you, Logan, same thing. 10 years, what would your perfect job be?
I have no clue, to be honest.
Man, sitting on the couch playing 2K. 3K, whatever. Julian?
Yeah, I would definitely want to own my own business and be run my own business and help other people.
Help other people. I like that. See? There you go. So you got someone to aspire to be. There you go. We want to thank Xander Muzzy. We want to thank Julian Baldwin, and we want to thank Logan Trusillo, right? Trusillo. Can't read my own writing. Sorry about that. And we're going to take one final break and be back here on Coach's Corner on Beaver County Radio.
Make your dream of a college degree a reality at Community College of Beaver County. CCBC offers 10 pathways to success, including health sciences, criminal justice, industrial technology, business, and more. Start at CCBC and finish your career or get transfer ready, all at a realistic cost. Enroll today, ccbc.edu.
Getting into the lineup and making the team is easy at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Training camp is starting and you are invited. This is Coach Andy Dangle and I'm looking for new teammates. Membership is open to many organizations and groups throughout the county. Join my team at Freedom United Federal Credit Union. Details and applications are available now. Visit Freedom United Federal Credit Union today. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Want the ultimate cigar experience? Fat Boy Cigars Premium Tobacco Shop and Smoking Lounge is located off of 376 in Center Township. Fat Boys Cigars offers all your cigar needs with an assortment of some of the finest cigars, including small batch boutique cigars and over 21 aromatic pipe tobacco blends and accessories. Stop and see their luxurious lounge accommodations. Book them for your next event. Visit their social media page for a list of event dates and times. Welcome to the Fat Boys world, Beaver County.
At Geneva College, your academic experience will prepare you with exceptional expertise in your chosen field. But what you'll learn is so much more than just that. Integrating faith and learning, you'll grow to see God's purpose and calling in your life's work. You'll be challenged to imagine how the world around you could be different and what your part might be in making that difference. You were made to live courageously. Visit geneva.edu today.
Can you believe fall is already here? This is Diane Ireland of Ireland Contracting. Improve your home energy efficiency and curb appeal with Ireland Contracting. Get new windows, siding, and roofing professionally installed by one of the top contractors in the Pittsburgh area. We specialize in premium siding, Owens Corning shingles, Pella windows, and more. Save your money for the holidays and use 12 months same as cash financing. Call 1-800-NEW-ROOF or visit IrelandContracting.com.
The 77th season of high school football Friday Night Lights coverage continues this Friday with Robert Mangino and Mike Azadian as they head to the home of the Riverside Panthers for a huge matchup for first place in the MAC with the Western Beaver Golden Beavers. Tank Latham will have the eXp Realty sideline reports throughout the game. The audio and video coverage gets underway with a 6:30 p.m. pregame and kickoff set for just after 7. You can watch the game on Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel. You can listen to the games on WBVP 99.3 FM and BeaverCountyRadio.com. High school football coverage on Beaver County Radio is brought to you in part by eXp Realty, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, the Fry Transportation Group, Forward RX, Electric Garage Door Sales, the Beaver County YMCA, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, and Beaver County Radio.
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio. Tonight's show is being brought to you by Carver Construction, the St. Barnabas Health System, Beaver County Career and Technology Center, Falcone's Moon Township Board, the YMCA, Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, Fried Transportation Group, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, the Community College of Beaver County, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Fat Boy Cigars, Geneva College, and Beaver County Radio.
We're back one final time, and it was a Hopewell edition. The Vikings were on today. Let you folks know that Friday night it will be Western Beaver at Riverside. The game we will have on Beaver County Radio, Mr. Mangino, myself, and the crew. Curtis Walsh, Keith Walsh, and I can't forget the young man's name, and I forget, and I apologize. Cowboy Hat, Cowboy Bob, or whatever we call him.
Big country. I know they call him Big Country.
He'll be with us as well. We'll be there at Riverside. That will be 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock game time. Of course, on Saturday, it's going to be Case Western Reserve at Geneva Homecoming. 2:30 start airtime, 3 o'clock game time. And let you folks know quickly as we move along here. Games around the county. Friday night, Moon 3-1 at Bethel Park, 5-0. That is an Allegheny 6 conference. Parkway Conference, Ambridge 3-1 at West A, 0-2. That is a really big game for Ambridge because they hope to drive to the playoffs, and it's an even bigger game for West A because if they lose that game, they better kiss playoff hopes goodbye. Montour at 4-0 at Blackhawk. Boy, Blackhawk surging. Big game for both. Newcastle at 4-0. Alcopa at 2-1. Newcastle really coming up, and that's going to be a challenge. Let's see what they could do when they go to the pit. In 3A, the West Hills Conference, Central Valley, 2-3 overall, 2-0 in the conference. They go to Avonworth at 3-2, 1-0. Big battle there of Avonworth. That could be for the section championship. The winner that likely wins the section. McGuffey at 0-4 at Beaver 3-2. Beaver looking to solidify second or third place in the conference. Those three teams, Central Valley, Avonworth, and Beaver, 3 of the top 3 teams in 3A. We really believe that at least 1, possibly 2, will go to the 3A championship. It's still got a long way to go before that. Quaker Valley, of course, at 1-3 at Hopewell. 2-3. Didn't really talk much to Hopewell about that game. Maybe should have, but there's so much you can talk to when you got 6 people here to talk to. 2A Allegheny Conference, Olsh at 2-2 at Apollo Ridge. Winless at 0-4. Midwest Conference, all Beaver County pretty much in 2A. Freedom at 1-2, struggling in numbers at Beaver Falls at 0-5. Chance for Beaver Falls to maybe get on the winning side of it. Freedom a chance to even their record at 2-2. New Brighton at 3-2. Rebound season for them. They're headed for a tough one. At Elwood City, undefeated at 4-0, looking to be one of the better teams in 2A. Western Beaver 3-1. The game will be at Riverside 3-2. 2 really good teams. both with 3 wins. The Big 7 Conference 1A, Summit Academy at 1-3 at Rochester, 0-4 Rochi. Injuries just crushing their team, having a tough year trying to get on the winning side this year. In the Black Hills Conference, Sarah at 1-4 at Cornell, 4-1. They just suffered their first loss to Bishop Canevin last week. And, of course, non-conference Monessen, 4-1 at Southside, 4-0. That is a really tough non-conference game. We thought about doing that game, but that is a real tough game for both there. Of course, Saturday, I mentioned it, Geneva at 1-2, Homecoming versus Case Western at 2-0. We want to thank Pizza Joe's, as always. Got to thank Pizza Joe's. Love bringing pizza up for the kids. I want to thank them, as always, for their patronage. I want to thank Matt Modis, head coach of the Hopewell Vikings. We want to thank Xander Muzzy. We want to thank Hank Beener, Julian Baldwin, Logan Trashulo, and Thomas Pitkins, 5 young men from Hopewell. Thanks to them. And, of course, we got to thank Ryan Garazunas, the man behind the scenes on Mike Azadian. And the final word, as always, is about the team. Go Vikings!
Thank you for tuning in to the Coach's Corner right here on Beaver County Radio.